South Africa was planned, and I had a phone call about 12:30 on a Saturday night, and Danny said to me, I've been thinking, I might use South Africa as a way of proposing. And we'd both had a few drinks and on the phone, so I took my phone away to make sure I was speaking to him. What is that, Danny? And it was Danny, and I thought, oh my God, she spiked him.
My phone reminded me I was getting married this morning. I put a little calendar notification on, just in case I forgot. I just pulled my speech out of my pocket, and I've also this little card this morning saying to Danny, not long now, our special day, then every special day for the rest of our lives. I love you so much, soon to be wife, Elaine. Right then, I'll read my speech now. I cobbled this together this morning. It's shocking, I shouldn't have left it so late, but great things happen on the spur of the moment sometimes. So we'll see how we go.
So I've known Danny since high school, which is over 20 years ago. And yes, I knew Danny when he had hair. And when the love of his life was Disney's The Little Mermaid. I'm not lying, am I?
No.
Don't forget Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit. And we've shared many adventures together, mainly through our travels at various corners of the globe. And because of all that, growing up in school and travelling, in a sense we've grown up together and we've shared many firsts in life, and this being one of them.
Elaine and I first met 6 years ago in a locked psychiatric inpatient care unit called Parkwood Hospital in Blackpool. I had recently qualified as a mental health nurse and was nurse in charge of the ward when the ward doorbell rang. I opened the electronic doors with my pass, not even giving it a second thought that stood on the other side would be my future wife. I spent the afternoon following our meeting asking some of my own fellow colleagues who she was and where she worked. A colleague of mine even had her as a friend on Facebook. And so we spent a large proportion of our lunch break ogling at some of her holiday bikini pictures. And myself thinking, I'd love to take that out. A couple of days had passed, and I'm sorry to say I hadn't plucked up the courage to contact her and ask her out on a date. But one afternoon, when I was sat at my computer on the ward, my phone lit up beside me on my desk. I leaned over and I read the words, Lady Fowler, accept friend request. I thought, yes, get in. I remember one such date on a bank holiday Monday, being led on our backs on a blanket. Oh, my page is shaking now, hang on. Looking up at the blue sky, chatting away and getting to know one another. Lenny spotted a plane in the sky and pondered the question, I wonder where that is going to. Well, Danny had an app. On his phone. I slowly grabbed my phone out of my pocket, pointed my phone to the sky, and I said, babe, it's a British Airways flight from Glasgow to Barcelona. Currently cruising at 33,000 feet and travelling 512 miles per hour. She turned towards me and said, you are.
They arrived at our front door one day, Isla and Danny, and he said, can Isla have a look at your workshop? Which I thought was rather a strange request, but I never refuse a tour of my workshop. I'll explain that one later on. So off we went down to the workshop, and Danny then said, can you make me a box for an engagement ring? I think what he was trying to say is, can I have your daughter's hand in marriage? And I said, yes, I'll make you a box. Therefore saying, yes, you can ask my daughter to marry you. And that's how it goes anyway. What attributes does Danny need to have as a future son-in-law? He has to try and love Elaine as much as we do. I've got work in progress. It's going to take a lifetime.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love and affection,
as a symbol of my love and affection,
and in recognition
and in recognition
of our shared life together.
of our shared lives together.
Wear this ring
Wear this ring
with a feeling of love and happiness.
with a feeling of love and happiness.
I choose you to be my wife
I choose you to be my wife
this day and every day.
this day and every day.
It is my great pleasure and privilege to tell you that you are now legally married and therefore husband and wife. So Daniel, you may kiss your beautiful bride.
Sure as the sun will rise, I'll be there when you need me. With every tear that falls from your eyes, oh, you have me completely. I'll be there when you need me. Trust, it builds a home and ours is a sacred place where we both belong. Fate, a planted tree. Oh, and it's grown its roots under you and me. As long as we both breathe, I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time. It won't always be easy, but just as sure as the sun will rise, I'll be there when you need me. With every tear that falls from your eyes, oh, you have me completely. I'll be there when you need me.
For here, Elaine is always kind, loving and thoughtful. I don't feel we are losing a daughter, just gaining another son. We will always have your backs. And we'll be there for both of you forever.
So this wouldn't be a best man speech without sharing some stories of the group.
Do tell. We want to know. Details.
Because 20 years is a long time. So I've given you a theme of Danny being late and a little unreliable. However, I want to argue that this is untrue. So although Danny may have many stories, and many of us here may have many stories, when it matters most, Danny is always reliable, and he's always on time, and he's always been there when I've needed him. So Danny is very reliable. He's a very responsive person, and in my experience he's very caring. Danny's a unique, and he's one of a kind. He's spontaneous. He's got a great sense of humour, and he's got a wonderful love for his family. So it makes me overwhelmingly happy that Danny has met someone as equally unique in Elaine.
Elaine is a perfect match for me. We're opposites in so many ways, but we complement each other perfectly. She balances me out, and I'm a better person for being with her.
Danny, you're a great friend, but I know you're going to be an even greater husband.
All the way from Northern, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if you're back tonight, the Shivers.
Happy